So as the drivers get ready to go racing out here.
Good luck,
the good lucks are here. Welcome to Wallerfield. And let's get this one underway now. Welcome. If you're watching on the YouTube side after the broadcast, hope you enjoy this race because the action's about to get underway as 6 lights are on the board and we go racing for the 3rd round. Here we go. We're underway. And already contact as Jarrell Moore hits the wall there, and we head into one car going very deep there, but they get clear. 2 by 2 up in the front. It's Van Dorn swipes the lead off of Adam, and Casper going up gets contact from, oh, it's big trouble in the middle. Can they all recover? Just about. And racing, lap 1 and done. That was the closest we're gonna get there. As they all start to snake through now, we're about to get underway. Look at the gap already building now. P1 and 2, Adam and Van Dorn already gone. Definitely will be looked at after the race with the X-Play driver Marlon Young making contact there with, I believe that was Casper, and that sent him down the order, down to 8th. But there you see such a short track. It's a paperclip of some sort if it was bent up quite a bit by a 4th grader. But there you see the front 2 and Adam already trying to go for a move onto the inside. But he's a little too far back to get that move done. Meanwhile, in the background there, Marlon Young coming up and Danny Nasir coming up the order as well. He's P5 now getting the move done on Andy Reese. Ferdin is trying to get the overtake there on Casper, but could not get it done there. Let's start getting trackside now, and let's start watching the action here. One thing I will note here from the stream side and from the YouTube side, of course, and wherever you're watching, camera angles around here, not the greatest, so we're going to be using the drone camera quite a bit, but it is pretty awesome to watch the drive and race from the sky. And we're going to watch that one because this is the battle for the lead, and it's getting closer. Adam now trying to look for a move on Dorn as they go through the S section. It's very, very tight around them. 3/10 the difference. As they go through, you can look at the map on the right-hand side of your screen. That's how far the gaps are, but Adam sends it around the outside, but the outside, it's very difficult to get it done there as that track just kind of closes on him. Mike is going to have the inside now, but for turn 1, you can make it very wide. Adam will know he has a lot of space he can play around with if he wants hanging around the outside. He's going to go for it anyways. Not that much of space there. He's going to have to tuck back in. Apologies for the lag there, but oh, it's quite a bit of lag on the stream there, but should be good. Just gonna make sure the stream is all good with the with our connectivity here. We are getting a little bit of low latency on the stream side. We're gonna actively work on that as this one goes by, so let's continue this one here. Adam still trying to look for a move there. We also see in the background couple of cars trying to make some moves, or are they all starting to single file around here? Looks like they are, but this battle is heating up very, very fast. Partab saying in chat, never thought DTM would be such good racing around here. Casper, oh, trouble. Turn 1 gets it flicks and back underway, so no caution will come out. Meanwhile, side-by-side racing, 2 BMWs trying to go through, but it's Andy Rees there up in the 6th, Oliver 7th. And Adam is still pushing very hard now. The rights and lefts and rights and rights and then a left once more before we get to the hairpin. Adam is chasing down Van Dorn as he's got the braking down to a T, I will say. Will we see a 3rd different race winner here in this championship? One thing interestingly to note that the X-Play guys are struggling to catch up despite not fighting each other. Remember, Webster's still in the championship fight with his teammate. Look at them snake through the Mercedes against the BMW. This is some really good racing. This is what Caribbean Motor Racing Sim Club's all about. Hard-fought racing and keeping it clean. That's the most important part. But look how close that Adam is getting. Let's see if we can get a rear shot. Yeah, there we go. Oh, trouble. Root and Ryan Gets it put on track there. Yes, he does. And lap traffic's gonna come through as Adam tries to make the slide jump through there and almost loses the back end, but manages to save it. Now, blue flags are gonna come up for Ruben Orion very, very soon. It's actually gonna possibly be on the front straight. Oh, and Van Doren goes deep. Adam with a chance. It's gonna be his best chance in this race. Andrew desperately gets out the way. He does. I don't think it distracted any of them. Adam, oh my goodness. I believe just the more runoff that Van Doren had to play with was really able to power that car down and keep the position alive. Marlon Young, though, gonna take a point from this fight. Fastest lap for fastest lap gives 1 point around here. 24 minutes left to go. Adam still continuing the push on. Marlon Young was able to break the gap. A little bit of contact almost. I think he just about bumped the rear there of Van Doren is Adam. Oh, and Andrew just about getting out the way, and he does. And there you see how far Martin Webster is between this fight, as I think the drone's getting collected by a couple trees out here. But there you see the top two. Any mistake? Oh, that's trouble! Oh, he's tapped him out the way! All right, Adam, I'm gonna have to seize the position back. And that's gonna allow Marlon Young to go through. I'm not surprised about it. It's hard fighting to the end. Marlon Young will take the lead of this race. And Adam's gonna be kicking himself. Oh my goodness! Ruben Orion ran out of brakes there. Oh my. Shenanigans indeed. But now this race, interestingly, very early on gets turned on its head. And Ruben Orion still trying to get that car turned around. So watching out for him, but this has flipped this race now. So Adam and Van Doren has been swapped now and pushed back. And Martin Webster also within a chance. But you see now Marlon Young has been getting a free get out of jail card, and he's out there in the lead. Webster, well, he is going to be happy with his teammate getting into the lead. Webster's second in the championship. He needs this win. He needs to finish ahead of Marlon Young. He cannot afford to lose one against him, or else his championship hopes is going to disintegrate in thin air. But as this battle continues, it's going to allow Marlon Young to open up this gap. But you got to do what X-Play was doing earlier. Just work together and start focusing on the front pack. I think more trouble for Ruben Orion. Oh, he's in the wall? Is he? He's got a lot of damage. Yeah, he does. So much damage on the front end of that Nissan. Desperately trying to get out the way, needs to take that car into pits. That car barely able to run now. It can get a black and orange flag, and that will mean the car has to be immediately taken into the pits. Meanwhile, side by side, Danny Nasir, Andy Rees, your South Dakota race winner, against the man in P4 the championship. And Oliver also up in there trying to get a move into the inside. Danny goes deep. Both of the BMWs identical liveries. Trying to fight through. P8 right behind them, trying to also get through as well. Look at them go. Danny Nasir able to get out of there for the time being. But 3 BMWs chasing down the poor Audi. And this is your fight for P5. Not the top 5 that's desperate to be in this championship. That is for the Radical Caribbean Cup, as 5th place in race 1 will give you reverse grid pole. As there you see very deep going around Andy Rees trying to get a move done. Very similar to what you saw between Adam and Van Doren. This time though, Andy able to get a nose there on the inside, heading into 1. Andy's gonna go around the long way. Can he get it done? Nobody leaves the door open for Oliver Bloch, who's gonna take it side by side. Now as they go through the S section, Oliver's gonna back down. And the fight continues. Don't forget about Ferdin behind Oliver. He's desperately trying to get up ahead, trying to get this move done. And meanwhile, cannot forget about your fight, your battle for second position. Should I call it the meatball flag? That's what it's called in iRacing. And then you see Adam sending it down the outside. Tries to use the outside to his advantage, but no, cannot get it done. Looks to go down the inside. Can he? No. Defends. Meanwhile, Oliver gonna try and move down the inside once again on Andy Rees. Side by side. This could get very interesting. Can Oliver go for a move there onto the inside? Danny desperately holding on, but Andy has a great run on the outside. Can he get the move stuck? So close, both of them are, but I think he can get it done. Danny has to let go of the move. Andy goes through, goes a little bit deep. Danny might lose 2 and 1. Here comes Oliver now onto the inside, but don't forget about Ferdinand. He's trying to get that move done around the outside of Oliver. Could not get the move done. Fantastic racing down the orders. So many places to watch. Now, Adam continuing to get closer and closer, but as these two guys continue to fight in trouble for Danny Nasir, we look away, and Danny loses out.
Andy and I did it so nice and clean, and you guys had to come like idiots.
Danny is not happy with what just transpired, and it has flipped up the order because Casper was able to go through. He's up there now into 6th position. So definitely investigation under the race. That's now 2 that we're going to be looking at. That first one between. Oh, hold on a second. Before I continue that sentence, Anna and Adam trying to get a move there on Van Dorn. So much to watch here. My mind is just getting jumbled up. But let's keep the action going now. Door-to-door action between the Mercedes and the BMW now. It's Canada against the Netherlands as they go through the S section. Adam has to back off. There are 2 incidents that have to be investigated after this one. One involving your championship leader, Marlon Young. The other one is going to be Danny Nasir as Verdun takes it to the pits. Interestingly, I don't know why he went into the pits for a moment, but he did. Two incidents going to be looked at after this race, but for the time being, these drivers are giving us a fantastic showing. If you are loving the racing going on here, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're on course for 600 subscribers. Would mean so much to support CMRSC as we put up races every Saturday, every Saturdays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just heard Marlon Young there calling out blue flags from the man who was in P5 earlier on in this race.
Thank you.
And now goes down into P8. Meanwhile, we watch these two guys who cannot let go of each other. The gap increases for Marlon Young. But between Adam and Doran, it continues to go down. Adam looks to the outside. He sees the space. He has free space, but just cannot get this car rotated enough to potentially get a switchback through the hairpin section. Like the stream if you're also enjoying it as well, and join up CMRSC. Linked in the live chat. Get in this racing. Danny Nasir understands the blue flag rule, gets right out the way, does not need to get called out for it. 15 concurrent viewers, thank you so much for tuning in this evening. You are getting some awesome racing out here in the DTM World Championship, but don't go away because directly after this one, we have the Radical Caribbean Cup. The 2-race spectacular, you do not want to miss it. Now, Van Doren starting to feel a bit of the pressure, starting to start to snake on the front straight. And Adam just hooked on to the rear there. I believe Part-Time put it best. These guys are hooked on to one to another.
Front straight, Martin.
And that is what I did mention. How do you pass around this circuit? Regardless that it's such an easy track, the rhythm and the line you have to take around here.
Thank you, Danny.
There's not much room to get an overtake done, only if you get a driver ahead of you making a mistake. Meanwhile, Root Narayan, more trouble for him in that Nissan.
Don't hold me up, bro. I'm on you.
And oh, here we go onto the inside. Vernon gets out the way for championship leader, but Adam threw it down the inside once again. Traffic is up the road now. This could be very interesting. We're going to take it to the skies. 2 lap cars ahead of him. This could be Adam's chance to use those cars to his advantage. Unfortunately for him, both of them are going to get out the way. Of course, that is the racing rules around here, but if they decided to come around the hairpin, could have given a chance. For those two, 33-2-9-3, 33-2-17. Down the inside, contact is made. Adam, more feisty than ever. Looking for some sort of move. 13 minutes and 55 seconds to go. We are under the halfway mark. Still no caution. Adam sends it down the inside. A little bit of a slide there on the rear once again. Remember, tire wear is a big factor around here.
Good afternoon to the people watching the X-Play Game Shop.
And Webster put a little bit of an advertisement there. X-Play Game Shop in Guyana there. You can see in the scrolling advertisements. Oh, in trouble! Oh my goodness! Van Dorn in the wall! Van Dorn has lost it! He's put it into a wall! What has happened? He's got a lot of damage! It's bent steering as well! What just happened to Van Dorn?
Turn 1, Andrew.
I'm starstruck! What just happened to Van Dorn? He takes it to the pits! Adam goes through! Was there contact? Unfortunately, the annoying part of Assetto Corsa is that we don't have any replays. Let's look at it. Adam, does he have damage? It doesn't look like it. Was it Argy Bargy? Need to fire this cameraman. Oh no. We might have to. This one definitely more worse than getting interrupted by Stroll at Monaco in 2021. But what just happened? The car gets repaired now as he sits in pits. Every point matters in this championship. But Van Dorn comes out the short end of the stick. And I'm actively trying to look at if we can get any replay. Unfortunately, we were watching Martin Webster. I think we have to blame Martin on that. He just had to promote the X-Play Game Shop. I'm kidding. Martin Webster, he sits in P3 now because of Van Dorn's incident. He's been promoted onto the podium. Was it a mistake or was it contact? One thing's for sure, I did not hear anybody. I did not hear any communication from anybody, so yeah, I'm not too sure what has happened, but we let this race play out. All right, I got it. So, it was Van Dorn who made the mistake. There's only one way I can prove it to you guys. We're gonna pull up that replay live now, so just one moment. Van Dorn, understandably, retiring, too much damage, so really hope, Van Dorn, if you are in the live stream, we could see you for that second race. You can let us know in the pen from your perspective what happened in your incident. Meanwhile, we do have another battle here. Casper has now climbed up the order, but he's now in trouble here as he's got
you, Oliver
there on the rear. Marlon Young also. Yellow flags come out him as we are actively going to give you guys a replay here. I'm just gonna
one Ferdin.
make sure we see what goes on here as we see our championship leader has some lap traffic ahead of him. Oliver not gonna want to waste any time to let through the leader because he's right on the tail.
Oliver, hold him up, mate.
And he does go to the outside. Andrew also yellow flags for him. Marlon Young wanting to get past. He does it around the outside. Able to continue now. So we see Rupen Ryan with some pretty heavy damage on that Nissan, but he's continuing to fight on. He's 3 laps down, however, because of that damage. This goes down the inside of Oliver. He's a lapped car, interestingly. And he's trying to fight. And there we see Adam there in P2. Needs to get this move done. Andrew has to back out there. He's a lap car. He just about does so. Think so. Oh, and Adam trying to find his way around his Rupen Ryan. Just about gets out the way here. And he does so. So we continue on racing here. The gap about 4 seconds. So much action. Want to get to this replay here. And I think we might have a small bit of space. So we are going to bring it up. Now, pay attention to our map here. P2 is Van Dorn. P3 is Adam. You're going to notice that both of the bubbles start to get really close to each other. And that is basically when they were almost side by side. But there you see a little bit of a gap was opened up between 2 and 3 at the top of your map. And you're going to see him go straight. No faults that look like at the moment of Andy. Sorry, not Andy, Adam. So I believe it was just Van Dorn who made a mistake on his own there. So a chance of a race win is denied out here. Hopefully we can see him for the Radical Caribbean Cup, but bit of a shame. And of course will be looked at on the replays a lot more properly, but for the time being we can watch what's going down. Really more frustrating. No, I probably should have won. Indeed, yes. Van Dorn definitely quicker than Marlon Young in the early stages of that race. And was closing up the gap. You guys were definitely closing up the gap to Marlon before that happened, but tire wear can play a massive factor in that incident. So it's a bit of a shame there for Van Dorn. Hopefully we'll see you in the Radical Caribbean Cup, but we continue racing on here as Casper continues to fight on. He is now looking at P4 here. Continuing the roll of strong results. We are 40 laps into this race. Definitely the most laps you'll ever see in, I believe, in the year of, actually, no, we're not going to get to 100. That's Daytona levels, but this is the longest circuit.
To turn 1. Holding me up now.
You know, Marlon Young playing his best Max Verstappen impression, letting the guys know I'm being held up, get them out the way as soon as possible. Casper also fighting Andy, sorry, apologies there. Adam is the driver behind Marlon Young.
Hello, I'm being held up.
Marlon Young wanting to clear up the traffic. Yep, Marlon. So the two drivers ahead of you, are battling for position. So just keep that in mind.
I'm losing time though.
Yeah, if you can get a bit closer.
I was earlier.
So Marlon Young frustratingly wanting to get past now. Oh, now he's extremely getting held up.
So set the time in the last corner, man. Shit.
All right, Casper, Andy, as soon as you can, let the leader through. So they have gotten the warning. And meanwhile, oh, it's trouble there for Rupner Ryan. 5 minutes to go, and Marlon Young has lost a lot of time here. 1.2 the difference. Marlon Young cannot get close enough. And behind him, here comes Andy Rees.
Great.
Marlon Young, is he close enough? Trying to get to the rear, trying to get this overtake done. And this is an interesting one because Casper in a race of his own up the road. This race has been turned on its head and Marlon goes deep. Marlon Young goes deep and Adam with a chance.
Thank you, Raul.
Marlon Young frustrated, but he's not close enough. Here comes Adam. Marlon trying to... The two cars ahead of him are so far away. Marlon Young wants them to back off, but they are in a fight of their own. Adam now trying to go to the inside. He sends it on Marlon Young. Does he get the move done? Slides it. And now the battle for fifth, still side by side. Marlon Young, with all his fight and grit, does not give up this lead. He wants this win so desperately. Adam, the same thing. They go over and under. Adam goes through. Can he take the lead? Yes, he does. But both of them still fighting for position up the road. Marlon Young's gonna feel like he's been robbed of this one. Oh, and Andy trying to get out the way, very tight. All right, come on. P4, B5, you gotta get out the way. Andy needs to stay on the outside here. But Casper now up a position and Adam up a position. Marlon's gonna be tempered. His temper is gonna be all the way high, but I don't think he understands here unless he watches the stream now, but Marlon was way too far behind. And yes, he was held up at the hairpin section. But once the hairpin went through, he just got way too far away. He's gonna be very, very upset over that. But he was too far away. He couldn't get the lap traffic through because he was too far. And that is why he's in P2 now. Lost his cool here, but here comes Adam. A lot more pace around here, and he just gets around Casper. Yes, he does, but the difference is Casper was able to catch up to the two-lap cars. And he's able to get out the way because Adam was able to catch up. Marlon could not. Marlon Young is losing more and more time. And he's dropped down the order. What's interesting to note there, Partab, was that Marlon Young, after the hairpin section, you watched the front straight multiple times. I can give you proof if you like, but Marlon was too far away. He was way too far. And in fact, here comes Webster. Webster now gonna try to get the move on Marlon Young. So interesting here. Is Martin Webster gonna go for a move? Remember, this is championship on the line here. It's definitely going to be investigated after this race, but I'll give you a shot in just a moment. What has gone on with Andy? Tried to bring up a replay for you guys, but Andy Rees has just dropped a handful of positions on track here. Goes down the 6th. I'm not too sure if he just made a mistake there, but now we should be on the final lap of this race. 20 seconds to go. What a race it has been.
Andrew, come on.
What has happened with Ruben Ryan and Danny Nasir? I don't know, but the timer is going to expire now. We're on the final lap for our race leader, and Adam is gonna come around the final corner. What a journey it has been. What a fight it has been. And as he comes across the line now, he will take victory at Wallerfield. Marlon Young is not going to agree whatsoever at what just happened. As we see Casper and Andy fighting each other. Casper also went down the order, and Andy's going to go through. Marlon Young will finish P2 in a race that he believes that he was robbed. Webster will finish P3. Oliver has finished 4th. Andy will finish P5. But it's your race winner, Adam. He takes victory. A masterclass of a comeback. Now what a drive for him. Give credit where credit is due, and he's going to give us a celebration. CMRSC giving us a smoke show here, trying to. But is that a controversial end to that race? A couple drivers might think so, but I think this was definitely one of our best races we've had here. As all the drivers now collected, now let's go through the interviews. All right, an exciting and dramatic end here to this third round of this Caribbean Motor Racing Championship. Let's go through our top 3. Starting off in 3rd position, Martin Webster. You take the final spot on the podium. Looked very good out there, very quick. Finished 3rd. Martin, how was that race?
It was lonely for the most part. I made a mistake, so I wasn't able to stay close with Marlon and capitalize on the accident between Alan and Mike. But I was able to hold on to 4th position because Danny was holding the train up, so I was grateful for that, and just to be able to cruise and bring it home in 4th. Raul, I lost you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. Apologies. Yeah, so Martin, incredible race from you. Congratulations on the 3rd position.
Yeah, thanks.
Marlon,
See you on the next.
P2. Definitely a race I believe you felt like you should have won this one. Everybody thought you were going to win this one. What happened there towards the end with you? How was that race as well?
What can I say? I hate the fact that the guys ignored the blue flag, and he was parking the car on the apex, and I was losing half a second into the last corner, and he wouldn't yield the position, so he destroyed my race.
That was a little bit, yeah, a little bit messy. Once again, will be looked at after this race, but overall, you managed to shift that P4 position and get up to the lead very early on in that race, and you controlled it. I want to ask, how did the tires feel throughout this one?
It was okay. I was just managing the gap to managing the gap to Mike Van Dorn and then and Adam. So I had 4 seconds in the bag when I came up to those 2 back markers, and they did totally destroy my race. Within 2 laps, they parked well, I can't remember who was in front of me, but he parked the car in the apex twice, and lost a set of time. My time, the gap that I had, I lost all. So that frustrated me.
Indeed, man. Once again, will be looked at after this race. And yeah, overall though, emotions aside, it's still a P2, and championship points extend to you. You have one more race to continue and eventually call yourself champion when you get that job done. Still an incredible result regardless. Congratulations on P2.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
And in P1, just before we're going to get into that interview, just want to say that the Radical server is now up. So get in there, join that right now. Our race winner from the DTM World Championship, a masterclass drive, so much battles for you here, sir. Adam, it was an incredible fight for you from start to finish. So many drivers you've interacted with around this race. You managed to get the #1 spot. Did you feel like coming in here today that the race win was possible?
Yeah, I felt, you know, over the week, I was the fastest driver in the server. I got pole in qualifying, so I felt my fate was to win this race.
It was a hard fight from you as well. Take us through the first couple laps of this one. Hard fight with Van Doorn and just a little bit of contact. What was that on your side?
Well, I had a terrible start, so Mike, he passed me from lap 1. So I was behind him and he was holding me up. We had good battles, yes, but I was quicker, so I think it was our incident was inevitable. So I tapped him, had to give a place back, and I had to work from there. Went down to P4, held up in traffic, and I got lucky. Marlon got held up as well, so I was able to come back and take the win.
It was definitely a lucky break from you to see the race leaders gap just go down dramatically. But you were you were able in the dying stages to get that one done.
Yeah, just lucky, I guess.
Well, let's see if that luck can continue to play a part as you go into the Radical Caribbean Cup, and let's see if you can go sweep. You can go sweep here at Wallerfield. You think it's possible?
Hopefully, maybe.
All right, never say never. In fact, yeah, you didn't think this race win could have been possible at the early stages, but you found yourself leading at the very end. It's not where you start, it's where you finish. Good luck on this Radical Caribbean Cup. Congratulations on the DTM race win.
Thank you.
3 different race winners, 3 rounds completed here, and 1 more to go. Bushy Park, the finale of DTM. We can't wait to see you then.